Welcome to YouTube Insights Hangout on Air. I'm Tara Walpert-Levy. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is our quarterly Insights Jam, where we talk about the latest insights for brand marketers. The latest YouTube Insights report talks about how passions drive purchases. There's no better way to start that conversation than to pick up on one of the biggest passions of the last couple of months, which is the World Cup.
You clearly have one of the most passionate audiences of football and soccer, depending what country you're in. And brands embrace that, and they stepped up in a way that created content more than advertising that was relevant and spoke to the sort of hearts and minds of fans.
With OpenSlate, we measure and score about 220,000 channels on YouTube. And of those 200 or so channels, 200,000 channels, about 2,000 are brands. And so of those 2,000 brands, we identified about 20 that had really well-defined World Cup strategies, content strategies, and we took a special look at those. And 8 of those 20 appeared in our top 50 brands as of July 15th. And we're fascinated by the subject of passions and how you can succeed more based on how focused you are on passions. And we're actually working on some new research on that front right now. The amounts of content that a channel puts into its primary subject matter is about 14%. So that's what we found on average. And then when you look at the top 1,000 channels, the amount of content that they publish into their particular passion, if you will, whether it's a brand or just a regular channel, is 44.6%. The best channels on YouTube, by any measure, are publishing almost half of their content into just one thing that they're really passionate about.
Here's a guy who is really interested in indie video games, right? Seemingly a fairly niche market. But when we do integrate actual game titles into his content, they move off the shelf. And we have brand marketers coming back to us with the data to support the fact that we've lifted sales well over 30% in specific periods around indie video game titles alone. Furthermore, he's a guy who has a fan base that's so connected to everything he does that he did a campaign for charity water recently and raised over $1 million in a month period. Now think about that, in the fact that his audience is largely, 13 to 17-year-old kids?
That's a lot of piggy banks.
That's amazing.
We've launched a YouTube channel in a number of markets called All Things Hair. And this started this worked a couple of years ago when we saw the massive opportunity through the number of searches that people are carrying out around their passion around hair care.
If you're going to be here, and for most brands, it's getting to the point where you have to be here, you have to understand the space. So spend time in the space, look across the passions that you may appeal to, but then pick a passion, pick a voice, be serious about it, and own it.